Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jen and I am an aspiring architect. I graduated with a bachelor's degree in architecture and I am currently studying to get my license, so it's illegal for me to say I'm an architect because I am not. I am going to become one very soon though. And I am also studying to become one, so I know a lot about architecture. Alright, so in today's video, we're going to be reacting to Architecture Digest of Jessica Alba's house. They did an open door episode of Jessica Alba's home, and it is very beautiful, so I've seen it before, so I wanted to react to it on my channel. Also, if you guys have any recommendations of other videos I maybe should react to, please feel free to let me know, because I definitely will. I'm interested in maybe doing a reaction to like a house that maybe was like terribly built. I think would be really funny to watch and maybe would be something that would catch your eyes. So let me know what you think. Give me some recommendations in the comments. I'd appreciate it. So let's hop right into it. All right, so it says, inside Jessica Alba's 10 million Los Angeles home. That's a lot of money. So it's in Los Angeles, it's in California. So let's see what her $10 million home in Los Angeles looks like.
Hi, I'm Jessica. This is Hayes. Welcome to our home. Come on in.
So the first thing I want to say, okay, so in this video, I'm going to explain some of the things that I like, design-wise, and also some of the things you learn within architecture. It's going to be like an educational / like opinion-based review whenever I react. But something I really love about this home already is I love the black exterior. It's just something about the outside being very dark and the inside being very light is just like the contrast is something that I'm quite interested in, or it appeals to me a lot. I also really appreciate the outdoor porch that she has. It's quite simple here. You could tell that this was some sort of renovation. It looks like the house that she had previously was like an old American styled home. It has this like signature look within the windows, the siding, and even here is quite like barn-like, but you could tell they did renovations to it to make it more modern. The color is definitely something that they changed. Here is definitely something that they've changed, as well as these windows. I think those might be the doors that you could slide open or you can swing open because it's supposed to open up the space. So the inside and outside could be one. But you could tell even like this brick here could be maybe old, but like the paint is new. The windows are definitely new. All the windows you could tell are new. They're not like those old one panel glass windows that they would have in the old style American homes. So definitely there's been renovations.
We moved in about 7 months ago and the house didn't look anything like this. We worked with Clements Design, and here in the foyer, I think this is one of the biggest differences. And when we moved in, they wanted to streamline.
By the way, I haven't seen this video in over 3 years. I watched this with my dad a really long time ago, and the main thing that I remember from this video is about her bathroom. I loved her bathroom, but I didn't remember her talking about how she said that they made renovations. That was something that I just knew off the bat by seeing her home.
Staircase and create this like beautiful, solid architectural piece. Why don't you come on in and see the rest of the house?
Her foyer is quite simple. I think that is definitely based off of taste. You know, people like minimalism, simplistic. It also still has this like old, I'm still learning the language of design, but so she's got like this like country / rustic style. Like there's some elements that are quite rustic looking, like her dresser and this bench here.
Come on in and see the rest of the house.
The staircase is very interesting because I feel like it doesn't really go with the rest of the home. This reminds me of a very older style type of architecture, like what they would do in the 2000s or the 90s, the 80s. They would have a lot of like abstract shapes or just interesting shapes. The staircase is very simplistic.
Why don't you come on in and see the rest of the house?
The tiles are also quite interesting as well.
I just wanted to make sure that the house was, regardless of all of the beautiful materials and everything that we were going to use in the house and the colors, that it was also kid-friendly and trying to use as many natural materials as possible.
I really like that she's trying to reuse, repurpose materials. That's one of the first things you learn. Within architecture is we're always trying to find ways to help the environment save and reuse, recycle, so that we don't, cause more harm to the environment, help maintain and sustain the environment. So we're always looking to reuse, repurpose items, and it's really great that she wanted to keep things and repurpose things and use them in her own little way. And like even you could repurpose like tables and stuff. Like I wouldn't be surprised if this table might be repurposed. It has that rustic look. A lot of the time people do like thrifting. They thrift items and then they repurpose it. They like vamp it up, they clean it up, they fix it up, and they end up recycling and reusing those items.
This is our
Something that I love, what I really love, is the sense of warmth and comfort that her living room looks like. Those couches, these little fluffy couches right here look so comfortable. I love the rug. I just love how comfortable it looks to like sit in the rooms. Even like the drapes here, there's a lot of windows, so you would think that because there's a lot of windows, it'd feel like drafty or cold or like not really as comfortable, but it balances out the windows. These like thick, long curtains bring like the sense of blankets. Like it looks like blankets hanging from her windows. Like it makes the room look a lot more comfortable and warm to spend time in, spend some time with your family. The space, it makes the space feel more comforting. Also, I love the amount of light and like the amount of windows. I love you could open all those. If you wanted to, you could open the doors, and having like the circulation open up to the outside, and also you can not only bring air, bring light in, but it's a very open space. The windows do it as well as the doors. It opens up the space.
Stockings here. We actually built this fireplace for stockings. I spend a lot of time on Pinterest. I have this boards, and I really wanted an old world French vibe mixed with a modern. Slam that together. What would you get? We definitely.
I mean, I could definitely see some French elements. I'm not quite familiar with French design in particular, but I could definitely see it. What she's saying about the fireplace and the space in general, like the windows and the shelf, implies French design.
Still have slip covers. There's a chic way to do slip covers, and Clemens has figured out how to do that.
I also really love that she puts sheet covers over her couches. It's good that she has the covers because she's still able to use the couches. It's not like it's all for display. Like she actually uses the space, and her kids use the space, which is really nice. It does disrupt the original design of the couch, of course, but she could always just take that off once the kids start getting older. It's also a safe bet of just like, you could always just interchange them. You could change the cap or the cover into any color you want, which makes it interchangeable. If you don't like the design, you could always change it. So I love how she incorporated that in her living room.
The only thing we took from the other house was our family, and not just the family that you see here. My husband's African, I'm Henway. So this wall is a combination of grandparents, great-grandparents, great aunties and uncles and cousins.
I think that's so sweet that she has a wall dedicated. Like this house, you could tell that this house is hers and her family's because they have put little touches of their own little creativity and passion. For example, one thing, this wall, they have their history, their culture, where they came from, the people, their family, their little family, their ancestors or their cousins, great grandma, grandpa. They have a little piece of them on the wall as decoration. They have their own little spark, their own little touch. I love this idea of having your family on the wall. One thing, I actually have an idea quite similar to that for my house, my future home, is having a wall where I take pictures with all my family. We have tons of pictures of growing up, and we also display where we travel, where we go. Every little state or place that we travel, we always take a picture and post it, or maybe get a sticker and post it. Having a little touch of like our adventures and memories on the wall is something that I like. I feel like I'm a very nostalgic person, so that would be my little touch.
We moved in, there was lots of crown molding and molding around all of the doorways. We basically just streamlined everything and pulled all of that out, which gave...
Wow, I love... It looks like she has two separate living rooms. I think the first one she might have showed us might have been the kids' playroom or the kids' living room, I suppose. If that's the case, then I didn't quite hear her, but if that's the case, then maybe they could have done the kids' living room to be a little bit more kid-like. For example, like having toys or like showing the space that the kid could actually enjoy their time there. If it is a playroom, it could just be another like sunken living room or something. But if it was the kids' playroom, then maybe there could have been like more of a kid-looking room, like having more of a kid impact on that room, because the room looked very adult-like. I know she's mentioned that she would cover the sheets for the kids, so I feel like that room missed the opportunity of being able to play around with having more of the kid designing and putting in their own little touches in that room. So with this living room is beautiful. I love the leather. I love the leather coffee table. I don't know if it's a table. It looks like a seating area, but I think they're using it as a coffee table. I love the leather blending with the white couch. I'm not an interior design major, so I don't really know much about interior design. I learned a little bit about it, so I will make inputs of what I know, but I love the leather and the white as well as the navy blue. Fits matches very nicely. I also like the green earthy tone pillows. It looks very natural and very minimalistic, yet like looks like you could see those colors outside. So it's like bringing in the nature. It's all about bringing in the nature. I mean, all these windows here, it's like opening up the space to nature. You step out into nature. It's opening up the space, the circulation. So it's like you're one with nature. Again, with these thick curtains, I love these windows. I think these are the sliding windows. So what you do is you push them and you slide them open, and you then have the living room open to the outside space. I love the view that you have from the living room into the kitchen. It's so nice. I like that they opened up the kitchen. They could have opened up the kitchen a little bit more, but maybe they wanted like a little bit more privacy. It looks like there's a breakfast nook in there, but the kitchen, the countertop looks beautiful. I love the siding of the counter, and those flowers are beautiful. The light here, this industrial looking chandelier is beautiful. I love how the cabinets, this earthy tone cabinet matches the pillows. Another beautiful touch. And then also the wall painting here blends in as well. I love these earthy tones. You'll always see me rocking earthy tones. I mean, look at it's not as like drastic or dramatic as this, but I love earthy tones. I love sandy earthy tones. So
gave us a lot more height in the rooms. And this used to be a giant fireplace. But for us, the best.
It's interesting that she said the house used to be lower. I don't know what exactly was in the way. She said that there was mold, and I guess maybe there was some sort of structure that was lower that they were able to get rid of, which is quite interesting because usually you would think that maybe what they did was they reconstructed the whole house and fixed the structure of the home rather than using all the structure that it previously had. Maybe they changed some of the structure in order to have the rooms bigger and the ceilings higher, because again, if this was an old home, which it looked to be, that could be the reason to why the ceilings were very low, the windows were very low, because they didn't know how to structurally provide bigger rooms at the time. So now that we have the engineering and the materials to do that now, then they've definitely incorporated those later on. And that's why she was able to do that now and have the bigger space.
Best part of the house, the view in the yard, being able to watch it. So just opened it right up, and then we got a big, giant, cozy couch.
Also, another thing that she says too that's really beautiful is they had a fireplace up against that wall, and I guess some people, they put TVs above the fireplace and they'll just stare at the TV on the living room. When they sit in the living room, they stare at the TV. But instead of that, she didn't want this. I guess she didn't want the numbingness of like the TV where it's like time flies by. She wanted to like appreciate and savor the moment of watching her kids play in the yard. That was more important to her than watching TV or having a fireplace. So they got rid of that. And her view when sitting on the couch, if you see that the couch is directed, the way they organized and laid out the couch is to directly face the view of the outside and the yard where her kids would run.
You said they're asleep on the couch.
Oh, I didn't even notice that there was a TV on the other wall.
Probably my whole life.
So that's even better. The shape, the organization of the couch is like this L shape. So you could sit on one side, watch TV, or you could sit on the other side and watch kids.
Because I do love to cook, and so I spend a lot of time on Pinterest. And a lot of.
I love her kitchen. I love the amount of countertop space she has. Maybe for some people it would be considered a little bit excessive, but to me, I think it's just the right amount. I think it's beautiful. You could cook with your family. You have this countertop to like do all these different things at once, like if you wanted to do baking or to cook a whole meal and have different things going at once, you have all the room to do it. I also love the contrast between her black shelving compared to her white marble center countertop. This space would look completely different if those counters were white. I think it would definitely brighten up the kitchen, which a lot of people tend to do. They have a lot of white in the kitchen, which brings a lot of light in, and it's very beautiful, but I love that she didn't go that route. And the black, matches this, I think it was like the green cabinet. So it's very beautiful. I like the contrast.
A lot of Art Digest pins that I've done. I love nap materials. I love Butcher Block Island. Just putting together my dream.
The Butcher Block Islands are pretty sick. They're pretty cool. I like how it's wood. So if you were to use knives and stuff, I don't think it will dull out the knife. I think you'd leave marks, of course, on the counter, but it wouldn't dull your knife just if you were to like touch that countertop or cut on that countertop accidentally, which is beneficial.
What would be the kitchen, and this is it. My favorite part is when you get to the breakfast nook.
I think a big kitchen is great for the people who love to cook. I know some people don't like to cook. Some people love to order in. But what's nice about her is she has a big kitchen because she loves to cook. So it's like it makes sense. Her rooms make sense. And her breakfast nook here is beautiful. I love how it brings in the navy colors of the living room that we saw with those chairs. We have this little like, this makes me think of the rug. It's giving me this like yacht club aesthetic where it's like the white and the blue. You wear white and navy, and it's like you're on the beach or you're on a yacht around the ocean. Those blues are reminding me of that aesthetic, but overall the navy, again, bringing in like these natural colors. They're very dull. They're not anything like super bright or like stand out. They're like very natural looking colors. It's also interesting how it's an oval. Maybe that's what worked best or what fit best with the size that they have outside, like the actual building that they were given. It has this, it's very big. So, and maybe the shape of it isn't like a perfect circle. Maybe it is a bit of an oval, and that could be the reason to why they chose an oval shape. I'm not quite sure. Maybe they wanted the table to be more longer rather than wider, so they have more room for the kitchen.
This is some of the candy that we got from Christmas in our stocking. You guys,
it must be so satisfying to like put little things away. I might have OCD, I'm not sure, but I love when things look so neat and organized and like cute, and you just want to pick it up and like put it in like this perfect place. Like I love little things like that. I can't imagine how satisfying it must be to have this kitchen where you're cleaning and you get to look at all these beautiful things. Like I think I have also like a sensory thing where I love to look at, like I'm always looking around and observing the space and like just appreciating like the little things around the space. So like being in this kitchen would be wonderful for me. It would be exciting to clean the dishes. I would have a fun time cleaning the dishes because then I get to spend time in my kitchen, you know? They have a lot of lemons and limes, but that's awesome. You get to crack one open, you put it in your water.
Let's go outside. Probably the best part of the house, don't you think, girls? Yeah.
So they definitely have the sliding doors.
I love seeing you guys playing. This was not here when we bought the house, and I always wanted to have like an indoor-outdoor vibe. Also,
outdoor dining is really nice in the summer.
It's nice for
I love that table.
And spend so much time with family. And this table is really cool because it can expand, and it's super modern, and the combination of like this really modern, cool.
We love things that are transformable and make sense. We love that. The fact that she has a big family and the table can transform to fit the family, beautiful. That is what design is all about. That is design. Good design. That is good design.
With like old vintage French chairs.
I don't know about those chairs. Those red chairs look a bit uncomfortable, but those wooden chairs, those wooden chairs are beautiful. The old vintage ones, the red one, I love the repurposing, but they look very uncomfortable. Maybe if you put like a cushion and stuff in them. But the wood ones, these wood chairs are beautiful.
Again, because I like old things and I like nostalgic things, the place that actually came from our best friend, and they had it for their kids for like 10 years, and they said that their kids grew out of it, and if we wanted it, and I was like, oh, that would be so sweet to have little Hazy on the same swing set as my friend's kids.
Oh, that's so cute. I love that. I always wanted to have a playground or a playhouse when I was younger, so I would always love to provide that for my kids as well, having like this big, humongous playground that they could go live their adventures and let their dreams run wild in those things. So that's really cute that and also the fact that it's repurposed and it's like sentimental to her is very beautiful.
You want to run? Good job. He's just learning to walk.
Look at that baby!
So this is our dining room. It's nice. We have this big wooden table. We like to have big family dinners. And we have these sideboards I got. They're vintage, and then we just like...
The table's beautiful. This whole area is very beautiful. The plants in the center, like the centerpiece, the two centerpieces, I wonder why they chose two. I wonder why they chose that in particular. It does give this like rustic vibe. The pot looks very rustic, very, thrifted, similar to like the other things in her house. And like the green brings in like this, earthy outside element, like how she always says. I'm just interested in why the big size, like why so big and why two of them. That would be like my only criticism.
These chairs are cool. They fold up like that so you can store them. And then if you want to switch out the slip cover, just do that. And it is.
Again, I like how she uses the slip covers. I wonder why the chairs are foldable. So like in what case would you use that to fold the chairs away and put away, since that table doesn't seem to be something that you can move or get out of that area? So then what else would you be using that spot for? So that's interesting. That's one question that I would definitely ask. It's nice that the chairs are foldable, but if the chairs are going to be foldable, then the table should be as well.
And totally washable.
I feel like a lot of the time, dining room tables tend to be neglected and they're only ever really used once in a while. So I really want to know how often she uses that table. The reason why I say that is because I feel like a lot of people have dining room tables, but nowadays many families don't really sit around the table and have dinner together. It's kind of like an on occasion thing. So a lot of the time that room isn't really being used. So if she did have the idea of like where the chairs are foldable and made the table foldable too, where you could repurpose the room into something else like maybe an office or something that would be used a lot, then that would be it would be a great opportunity. That would have been a great idea to use for that room since a lot of her elements in her house is already transformable. I think in that area, it's definitely a lost opportunity.
This was another thing that I probably overpinned on Pinterest, was getting a built laundry room when I was doing laundry. So that's what happens when you have 3 kids. And so it's nice because they're always available and easy to get to. I'm big on organization. It's like a simple basket for kids' laundry.
So there's some things I do like about this laundry room. There's some things that I don't like. So some of the things I do like, well, let's just start off with the negative and then we'll end off with the positive. So the things that I don't like is how long the room is. I understand she wants many different washers so she could throw different loads in at a time and not have to wait, which makes sense. She maybe could have done it a little bit better with this. The room is also very small, which makes sense because it is a laundry room. You don't really need that much room, but I think what doesn't fit well is the amount of storage she has there, where it's all these different cleaning supplies, because I don't believe that she's using that often. She has a lot of cleaning supplies. Like, I feel like that's a bit excessive. That area looks very, like, a bit excessive. So what she could have done better is maybe made that area shelves, or just closed it up where you have more storage for other things besides, like, cleaning supplies. Maybe, like, towels and things like that. So it's not all out and exposed. I think she loves the fact that you could reach and see the stuff, but maybe it would have been a nicer element if it was a little bit more smaller and more clean and simplistic, rather than this wide, gigantic space. So maybe she could have done it right here, where there's like this little like bookshelf, open bookshelf that's like green, matching the same color, and it just goes vertically rather than horizontally, because the vertical is a lot shorter length than the long span of the washers. So you could have stored the right amount of products that you use. I love the labeling. I love that she wants to label like everybody's laundry. You put it in your basket, you put your laundry in the basket. That's beautiful touch. Love that. Also, the washers and the dryers, it's like all laid out like that. I feel like it's just taking up a lot of space. I know some people like to stack them. Sometimes that looks ugly though, which I totally get. And the way that she's repurposing that is having this foldable, like she has this table to fold on, which is nice. Maybe that's not an area that I would fix. I just feel like it takes up a lot of the room, and it's quite small feeling in there. It's very small. There's very minimal light. It's very tight knit, and the wall and the products make me feel a bit cluttered. Like, things are a bit cluttered. So maybe this could have been a situation where maybe made the room just a little bit bigger or a better shape than this long rectangular size. Like, they could have taken away a little bit room from like the living rooms or whatever to give her more room in the laundry room. But I do like the organization. I do like the countertop. I do like how, though, the washer and dryer, like, even though if it's not stacked, it's still underneath like this table to fold on. And it probably looks a lot better, the fact that it's laid out like that rather than, stacked. What she could have done also, though, I think there's a way that you can like embed, like if she had the money, I think you could embed the washer and dryer into like a wall. Just like how, how an oven, they have like ovens that are in like this like cabinet thing. So you just open the oven, it's like embedded into the thickness of the wall. Maybe she could have done that as well with these washers and dryers. I don't know. This room is a bit tricky. If I had more time to think about it and what she could have done, I probably could give a better answer. But I think the main thing I don't like about it is she looks like she has like millions of the same products that is just to look like for display. It's kind of like decoration. It's not really like she uses the products. That's my own interpretation, because it looks like there's a lot of products that I don't think she's using all the time. So that's where I'd be like, okay, let's lessen it up a bit. Let's make it a little bit smaller so that it's, a little bit more simplistic rather than excessive.
So this is Katie's room. Haven, do you want to give them a tour? Jumping on the bed? No, I never jump on. Yeah, right. No, I jumped on my.
Immediately starts jumping on the bed.
This is my room. I really like it because I don't. This is my fairy wall. I said I wanted fairy light, so this part was my idea. This is a balcony, and I sometimes sit out here and read when I'm with my friends. This is a swing that I swing out on here. I'm showing your room. Look at your room.
So I love that the little kids have like a little bit of design say, where they can design their own room and they say what they want. You could tell, though, that still there's a lot of maybe design control by her parents, or maybe they had a designer that came in and designed the rooms for them, and there's just a little bit of the kids' input. What I would want for myself, and like this is my own opinion, of course, I would want my kid to have full creative reign just give them full creative reign. I want them to feel free to do whatever it is that they want. Of course, they need like a bed and like dresser and stuff. But besides that, I want them to feel free to decorate the room however they want. I want them to be able to express themselves and maybe make it a little like mom daughter type or even son type experience where we decorate the room together. And I ask the kid like, what do you want to do? And like I don't give any say. It's just they get to decide what they want. Maybe the room will be pretty ugly or whatever, but as long as they're happy and it makes them happy, I want them to be able to creatively express themselves and be in the room that makes them happy and like give them the room that can motivate them and inspire them to express themselves freely.
You're rocking, they have cool hair.
Maybe that baby is a little bit too young to figure out what they want, but like one of the two daughters, I would be like, hey, you have free reign.
Having hubbies and having things that are accessible is kind of like freedom and his play, and I learned that with the girls. They just learn so much more quickly when they feel safe and like they kind of do things at their own will. But the one thing that I learned about, I think, after having 3 kids is the changing table can get a little stinky. And it also isn't the cutest thing in the world, so I put it in the bathroom. So now we are going into the master bedroom.
I think that's that's a great idea. I think that's perfect. You could tell that she has some idea of design. Like she, maybe not even design, but she has this problem-solving type of personality where when she sees that there's an issue or that she sees that there's something that could be done better, she works to design it to better fit her, which is such a great mindset to have when it comes to designing your own home. Like when things could be done better, she fixes it in order to improve her life overall, or improve her experience while being inside her house, which I love. I love that she moved it into the bathroom because she says it smells and it just fits better in the bathroom, which makes complete sense.
My husband was really into having a TV in our bedroom. I was really not down with that. Our compromise was I found an easel that you can put TV on, and we can move it out of the bedroom. We have such stressful and chaotic lives.
That baby's so cute.
And also, I think the more neutral colors that are from nature, you'll see that a lot throughout the house. Just kind of settle into home and to be present with each other.
It also has this like sense of feeling like you're on vacation, feeling like you're traveled. There's a lot of whites. There's a lot of hotel feeling to the home. It's like almost like when you get home, it's like it has the sense of comfort and your own design, so it feels like home, but it also gives the sense of feeling like you're also on vacation with the amount of whites and the hotel-esque cleanliness to the house, if that makes sense.
A giant fireplace right here, and we remove the fireplace so that we can just see the mountains. It's just such a pretty view.
I love that they moved the fireplace because can you imagine if that fireplace was still there? Just this like wall in the middle of your view. It's like what the hell is that? So I love that they got rid of it because it looks so much better. With the whole TV, moving the TV away, that's a great compromise that they both made. I love that, she created this, again, problem solving mindset where she figured, okay, let's figure out an idea that we can do to move the TV around.
Yeah, it's super chill and quiet. I don't get a lot of quiet moments. But
that's so beautiful. I can't imagine how beautiful that view is.
Okay, so here's the master bathroom. We spend a lot of time in here. I spend a lot of time in here. The girls like to take showers with me. My husband always complains.
Her bathroom is huge, but I love it. I love having a big bathroom too, so.
The reason why he didn't like taking showers is because he said I stole all the water. So now he has his side, I have my side, and we're stealing water. And then I always get cold when I come out of the bathtub, so we put the bathtub inside of the shower.
I love that she put the bathtub in the little room to keep it warm when you get out. I think, does she have like a little like seat? Like you could put like a towel there and like when you get out so you don't have to, it will keep the room warm. Like if she closed the door, it'll heat up the space and then you could go grab your towel and, wipe yourself off so you don't get so cold when you do walk out of this big space. I think the shower area is a bit, it's nice, but for me, me personally, I think the whole area is beautiful. I love the bathtub. I love big bathtubs. And I think the idea of her not getting cold when walking out is great because like, especially when you walk out of the bathroom and then you put your foot on cold tile and it's like freezing. Like I could totally understand why they would move that and it's a great idea. I think the shower though areas are a bit interesting because I feel like the shower head itself is pretty small and it feels like there wouldn't be a lot of water spraying onto you. I like when I'm surrounded in water. Maybe that's why I like baths more than like the showers. But when it looks like when you shower in that area, it's like you're not really getting much water all around your body to the point where you could get a bit cold as well. Like this looks very cold. Like I feel like if I took a shower, I'd be cold while taking a shower, if that makes sense. Like these shower heads just don't look big enough. And like I like that this is glass here, so like the room will heat up. I feel like there could have been maybe something else, like maybe more shower heads. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it's like to take a shower in that area, so I don't know for sure. But it's really nice. I love the bathroom. I love her bathroom. My favorite thing about her house was her bathroom. So I love this little like her area, his area on the opposite ends is also very beautiful. I wonder what's behind. Like I wish they turned around and showed us what is off to the side over here more, but doesn't look like they show us.
Bye, AD. Thank you for coming.
Alright guys, so that is the reaction to Inside Jessica Alba's 10 Million Los Angeles home, Open Door by Architectural Digest. It was a very beautiful home. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you're interested in seeing any other reactions to anybody else's Open Door homes, please let me know and I'll definitely take a look. I would love to react and give you some insight of some things that I know or some things that I like, dislike. So feel free to let me know down in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. Let me know how I did in this video and I'll see you in one of my next ones. Bye!